No, we spend so much time, looking at what is wrong with a certain situation. I don't think we take the time to appreciate what is right in a situation. And right now in World Wrestling Entertainment, in the WWE, there are a few things that are really right with the direction that they're going since the brand split. And we tend to forget those things. So let me focus right now on just a couple, maybe even three of the things that I think really we should take heed of, we should build upon since the brand split. And the first thing, right off the bat, the first thing, if you look at the champions right now, since the brand split, I mean, these are all internet darlings. I mean, the internet loves all the champions, with the exception maybe of Roman Reigns right now as the U.S. champion. You have AJ Styles as the world champion, and this is a few hours before No Mercy, so we have to. These are the current champions as of October 9th, before No Mercy. So you have AJ Styles as the World Wrestling SmackDown Championship. You have Kevin Owens, Chunksters over there. He is the Raw champion. You have Sasha Banks, who is the women's champion on Raw, and you have Becky Lynch, who is the women's champion on SmackDown. You would not have these sort of champions before the brand split. I mean, at least not the collective of all these of those champions before the brand split, simply because there really wasn't those there wasn't that many titles to elevate all of the people. It would be one or the other. It would be either Sasha Banks or Becky Lynch or Charlotte. Obviously, Charlotte not being as big of an internet darling as Sasha Banks. But they would all be fighting over this one title. And so, your internet darlings may not have been in the position to compete for these titles. And at the end of the day, maybe we would have still seen a Roman Reigns, a Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, as the as the champions, or collecting all the championship belts. So since the brand split, and even look at the tag team division on SmackDown, you have Heath Slater and Rhino, who built this sort of momentum because of the brand split, and gave us the opportunity to get better, to get another flavor on that division on the tag team side of things. Considering that the New Day have now been champions for 16 years. Even though I think their time has come and gone. They don't need the belts anymore, but that's neither here nor there. Number two of one of the things that I think we need to focus on and what is right in the WWE is the network. The network, thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of content, everything, AWA, WCCW, just so much content. I mean, I went back and I saw something from like the 70s. It's just so much content on there that you really do get to enjoy things that you never got to enjoy as a kid, and appreciate the sport, the entertainment aspect of wrestling for generations, which we did not have access to that, and it's because of what WWE has done right, collecting all these tape libraries, which they may be collecting the tape library TNA very soon, so we'll have that on the network also. So that is another thing that's right that is underappreciated at this point. Now, I bet you if the WWE Network was closed down next week, I mean, there'd be an uproar. People love spending that $9.99 to get all of that wrestling content, and maybe that hasn't translated to bigger ratings as far as Raw and SmackDown on USA, but it has translated to a better bottom line for the WWE. And so, because of that, because of the right things that they did there, they put themselves in a better position overall. And that's something that we have to consider when it comes to the longevity of the wrestling medium. Now, the last thing that I want to say is that one of the things we don't really appreciate yet, not saying that we won't appreciate it, but we don't appreciate yet, is the fact that we have more flavors of new wrestling today than we had in the past. In the U.S. right now, just to say, just WWE in general, in 2016, we've had the Cruiserweight Classic, which was presented as just a straight sport presentation. We have NXT, which probably reminds me more of 80s 1 hour primetime wrestling than any of the other products. We have Raw, which is it's Raw, it's its own entity. Um, it's a 3 hour show. It's an extravaganza every Monday of nothingness. We can go into a whole discussion on that, but we won't. Uh, then we have SmackDown. SmackDown, which is completely different than Raw. The storylines that it is presented, everything is different than what's on Raw. Back in 96, 97, 98, we really had three. Three promotions that we could really kind of watch. It was ECW, WCW, and WWF at the time. ECW was just a cluster. And so there was just a lot of things going on there. Again, another conversation. But and WCW was a different brand, but it was kind of the same as WWE. They were always kind of mirroring each other in what they were doing. When WCW started going more towards realism, WWE started the ratings were going that way, so they started to copy some of that. I mean, WWE would never admit that they copied WCW. They'd rather say that they took things from ECW. When in reality, I mean, everything was a schmoz at the end of the day anyway. But with all these different current flavors of wrestling that you can get, no matter what kind of fan that you are, there is something for you. There is something for you. And that right there is something to appreciate, something that WWE has done right in 2016. Now, of course, there's a laundry list of things that WWE has done wrong, but we have to keep in mind that a company is not going to do everything 100% right. Never going to do things 100% right. But just because they do a couple of things wrong, let's not forget about the other couple of things that they do really, really well. And those are the three things right now that I see that the WWE are doing fantastic. And we have to appreciate that.